Alright, what's going on, math people? We are back at it. Alright, this time we are coming again from the calculus standpoint, and we're going to be working with upper and lower sums, area and estimating with finite sums. Alright, to be more specific, this is area of a rectangle, just to throw that in there. Alright, and we all know that the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. I don't know why I wrote a H. I do know why I wrote a H. I've been saying height. Okay. All right, but anyways, the lower and upper sums. All right, the lower sum. This would be the sum of all the areas of the rectangles that is under a curve. All right, so let's say we have this curve, and then let's say we had to have some rectangles. All right, the curve is broken down. Let's say this is, I don't know, A, this is B. You're on some interval, and that's the way your curve is broken down, right? All right, so, oh, made a little mistake. Give a brother a break. That's if your curve is, the width for your rectangles is supposed to be equal, and it said use two rectangles. It'll look something like this. As you can see, both of these rectangles are under this curve, and you have all this space right here. This has nothing to do with a rectangle. Alright, you have one rectangle with a height there, and then let's go ahead and take this on over to upper sums. Upper sums deals with, again, let's say you have a curve. We're going to do a concrete example in a second. And upper sums, we have this interval again from A to B. Upper sums start with the far end there. Let's say it go halfway again, and we're going to go boom. So we went, and then we hit a point right there. Upper sums deal with when your rectangles overlie, go outside of your curve. Alright. Lower sums, all your rectangles are below the curve. Upper sums, rectangle go outside the curve. Alright, so let's jump onto a little example right quick. Alright, because I got some little tricks I want to show you, and I hope they are beneficial for you. Alright, we're done with this. We're going to swing this on over to the example. Alright, so let's mark this guy up, and the first time around we're going to find upper the upper sum. Alright, and let's say, suppose we want to find the area of the curve, area under the curve, with two rectangles of equal width. Alright. Alright, so area under the curve with two rectangles of equal width, and let's say we want this example is for upper sum. Upper sum. Alright, so we have our curve here. Upper sum, let's go ahead and get us a different color. Upper sum, you will start at your leftmost x value. And we got to build the height of our rectangle. And the width, alright, that's rectangle 1, rectangle 2. Alright, so you're probably asking how you know where to go, how you know where to stop, where do you start. Alright, so let's look at this. With upper sum, we use, well, before we get to that, let's identify the width. You'll be given an interval. It said, so here we're given this interval from 0 to 1. It's already bust in half, but this is what I would do. When calculating the width, you take the ending value minus the starting value divided by the number of rectangles that it requests. That'll give you your width every time. So the width of both of those rectangles is 1/2. Alright, so this is 1/2 here. The width of that rectangle is 1/2. Now to find the height of the rectangle, or the length, because we said the area of a rectangle is length times width, or width times height. To find the height, all you do is plug in the x value, but you got to be careful which x values you're plugging in. Since we're talking about the upper sum, we will plug in the x value that produces the highest. So we're going to plug in 0 into where? Into our function. So we have y equals 1 minus 0 squared. That gives us the height of this first triangle is 1. The height, I said triangle, rectangle. The height of the second rectangle, you plug in 1/2. And you get 3/4. Alright, so check this out. Now you have to find the area of this first rectangle, area of the second rectangle. I don't like to do all that. They both have the same width. So this is all you have to do. You take the heights. Your area is equal to the sum of the heights, 1 plus 3/4 times the width. And the width for both of them is 1/2. And that's it. You got your upper sum right there. Alright, so you have 7/4 plus times 1/2, 7/8. Booyah. That's the upper sum. Alright. Now, let's say the problem said find the lower sum. Finding the lower sum. Go ahead and erase this off right quick. And we're going to change this. Give me this eraser. Boom. All that can go. All that can go. All this can go. Alright. We don't need any of this. Because, again, we can leave the width. The width isn't going to change. Alright, let's say it wants us to find the lower sum. Alright. So, again, lower sum. when you find the lower sum, you go to the rightmost values. Alright, we plug in the height. We plug in 1. We already know the width of these guys is 1/2. When we plug in 1, that height right there is a height of 0. So we have the height for the lower sum, y equals 1 minus 1 squared. This is height of 0. And then we plug in 1/2. Plugging in 1/2, that'll give us our other rectangle. Y equals 1 minus 1/2 squared. That is equal to 3/4. Again, the area, take the sum of your heights and multiplied by the width. 3/8 is your upper sum. Now, let's say you don't know what the shape of the function looks like. And alright, let's give me a new sheet. You don't know what the shape of the function looks like. And it gives you y equals 1 minus x squared. And it wants you to find the upper and lower sums. This is my little trick. Alright. Finding the upper and lower sums. Check this out. For the area under the curve, with 2 rectangles of equal width. Alright, so I'm about to give you some stuff that's gonna hook you up. On the interval x from 0 to 1. Alright, so check this out, right? Lower sum. Upper sum. First thing we need to do is calculate the width. Alright, you take your interval, the width for both of these, is 1 minus 0 divided by 2, because it said 2 rectangles. So the width is 1/2. Alright. Now, here's my little trick. I don't even care if I don't know what shape really looks like. We have 0, 1/2, 1. Alright, so here, y equals, this is the heights for the lower sum. Y equals 1 minus, for the lower sums, I'm gonna go to my far end right here. One squared that's going to give me 0. and I'm going to work my way backwards. Y equals 1 minus 1/2 squared. That's going to give me 3/4. Area done. A equals sum of the heights times the width. Same answer we just got. Alright, let's say, I made a mistake there. Let's say we want the upper sum. Let's get the upper heights. Y equal 1 minus 0 squared equals 1. Y equals 1 minus 1/2 squared. And that is equal to 3/4. The area, take the sum of your heights times the width, and that will give you 7/8. Same answers that we got from the previous example. Alright, hope this helps.